What's up, you guys? It's the 4K Lowdown, and it is time for my Rad 9 movie stack. That's right, the 9 movies that made me that I had on repeat. Let's get it started. Okay, you guys. So, my friends over at the Rad Pack Podcast, Garrett, Mel, and Justin, they issued a community challenge. So, if you guys want to do this, tag me in it. I'd love to see your lists. Basically, they wanted us to come up with our Rad 9 movie stack. Basically, the 9 movies that we were watching as a kid on repeat that made us who we are. And let's go ahead and get it started. First, I gotta throw a couple of nods for honorable mentions. It was really hard to come up with a list of just 9, but I have 2 that I really wanted to talk about, but didn't quite make the list. And the first one is my favorite martial arts movie of all time. It is 1978's The 36th Chamber of Shaolin. This was, like I said, it's 1978, so there wasn't VHS back then or anything like that. But whenever this was on the Kung Fu channel, because we always had Kung Fu theater on Saturday nights when I was a kid, whenever this was on, I would watch this all the time. So this is still my number one favorite martial arts movie of all time. And I wanted to talk about it just briefly. 1978's The 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Doesn't quite make my Rad 9 though. It should. If I had a 4K of this, boy, I'd be all over that. All right. The next one is from 1985, and this one is one that I bought with another movie that is in my stack. And basically, I bought them both on VHS, wore them out to where they wouldn't play anymore. This one, I had to hunt and hunt and hunt for years till I found a DVD. And that is The Treasure of the Amazon. This is basically, if you take an Indiana Jones movie and make it as gory as possible, it's pretty awesome. And it's a must-see for cult fans, as it says on the top. But anyway, I wanted to talk about these two. 1985's The Treasure of the Amazon. Now let's get to my Rad 9. First up, and these are in no particular order. I just grabbed them, put them in a stack. Here we go. So first one, this is from 1984. My first pick for my Rad 9 movie stack is Red Dawn. As I said, 1984, Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen, C. Thomas Howell, Leah Thompson, Jennifer Grey. I also have the 4K Steelbook. Awesome. All right, let's move on to my number 2. My number 2 movie is from 1987, and it is my number 2 favorite vampire movie of all time. It is The Lost Boys. Kiefer Sutherland, Jason Patric, the Coreys, Jamie Gertz. Really good. I also have the Zavi 4K. Great movie. All right, number 3. Number 3 is my favorite comedy of all time. This is from 1985. And is Val Kilmer in Real Genius. Come on, there you go. And I also have the 4K of that. Real Genius, 1985. My favorite comedy of all time. And I watched that all the time. I still watch it all the time. Which brings me to the next movie, which is my second favorite comedy of all time, and another one that I watch all the time. It is 1986's Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which I have the Blu-ray and the Steelbook, and I just love it when it does that. There was a time where I thought that I was Ferris Bueller, or at least I imagined it. Now I think I'm more like the principal. But moving right along. So where are we now? We are at 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at number 5. And this is my favorite vampire movie of all time. It is 1985's Fright Night, starring Chris Sarandon and Roddy McDowall, Amanda Bierce. And then, of course, I've got the 4K Steelbook, which is epic. Number 5. Moving right along, number 6. Now, movies that got me started in the horror genre were The Exorcist and Jaws, which I watched both in 1976. But those I didn't watch on repeat, so they didn't make my list. What did make my list is the first horror movie that I did watch on repeat, and that was John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982, to which I have the 4K and the Blu-ray. So love it. All right. 3 more left. Number 7, You're the Best Around. Nothing's going to ever keep you down. This is 1984's The Karate Kid, which I have the DVD and the Blu-ray Steelbook. I watched this all the time when I was younger. Came out when I was 14, and this was like all through high school. I watched the Karate Kid movies. Number 8, this is from 1986. I might have been 16 when it came out, but I think I was 15. But it might have been a summer blockbuster that came out right after my 16th birthday. There Can Be Only One, Highlander. This is the Mondo Blu-ray Steelbook. And then I have the Lionsgate Steelbook, which is gorgeous. And I have the Zavvi 4K Steelbook. Looks like that. All right, I got one more. Saving the best for last. 1986's Big Trouble in Little China. I saw it in 87 for the first time. And it used to be a guilty pleasure, and now it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm waiting for a 4K of this, but I have the Blu-ray, and then I have the Scream Factory Steelbook, which is pretty awesome. And if you think that's badass, check out the disc art. It's all green. You leave Jack Burton alone. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. That is my Rad 9 movie stack. Movies that influenced my life that I watched on repeat when I was younger. I can't say I'm grown up yet, but I grew up watching these movies. You guys take care. Be safe. Also, give the Rad Pack a follow if you're not already. Until next time, this is the 4K Lowdown saying, be safe.